tonight, and let's get into the video. What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another video, and this is just going to be a really exciting one because it's just a roller coaster session. I'm not going to spoil everything, but there are some ups and downs along the way for sure. And that's all I gotta say. One really exciting announcement. The next few videos after this one, I'm going to Florida for a WPT. It's already happened by the time you're watching it now, but it's gonna be some really cool tournament videos, some bigger tournaments, maybe some bigger cash games that will be running during the big tournament series. So be on the lookout for the next few weeks, and the videos should be a lot of fun. And I can't wait for the trip. Can't wait to make the videos for you guys. So hopefully you're excited about that. But today, it's a fun, exciting cash game vlog. I know you guys always want to see more cash games. Let's get into it. Leave a like as well. That's always much appreciated. Helps grow the channel. Let's get into it. Starting things off here at Boston Billiards in the 2-5 streets to go. We pick up pocket queens in the small blind to start, and even better, there's a button straddle. So I'm opening up the action and raise it up to $40. Action folds around to the hijack player, who puts in a juicy raise. 3 bets it up to $125, and action folds to me. Looks like this player has about $600 in her stack, given that there's a straddle. She's playing about 60 big blinds effective, and I'm always happy to try to get it all in pre-flop. So out of position, I put in yet another raise and 4-bet it up to $365, starting things off hot with a big pot in this session. She decides to 5-bet jam, and I'm happy to get it all in. Like I said, I make the call, and we're off to a run out. Going to a flop, which looks good. Turns and rivers come king and king, and it doesn't matter. She has pocket aces. Wow. What a dream spot for her to get 4-bet and holding aces. Nice hand. Pretty rough start to the session. I lose $680 off the rip, but we add back on, try to claw back in this game. Let's try to run it up. In the next interesting spot, I pick up 6-7 of diamonds in the cutoff. There is a under the gun straddle, and I raise it up to $40 when action folds to me. We get the button and big blind to make the call, so we're going 3 ways to a flop, which comes king jack 7 to diamonds. Pretty great flop for us, pair and flush draw, along with 2 Broadway cards. Big blind checks to me, and I'm going to put out a bet sizing up to $80. I get the button to fold, but the big blind makes the call, so we're playing in position in this one, heads up to a turn. Let's see a diamond, 6 or 7. Turn is a 3. Total brick card, and she checks to me. I'm happy to just check back here in this spot and realize some equity, or I start to polarize my hand and rep my range, knowing that she only called in the big blind, so doesn't have too strong of a holding. When the decision is close to either check back or blast away, knowing that I can have all of the aces, ace, king, and sets. Also, on top of that, I block pocket 7s for bottom set. I consider going for a big bet, considering that we're also really deep. I size up to $300, and this player thinks for a very long time, going over her options, and does not fold, makes the call. So we're gonna need to improve. Let's see a river. River comes a jack. Not the card I'm looking to see, as the board is paired. She takes her time and ends up checking. Now I have a decision to either bluff off again or just check back with a 7. It seems pretty likely that this player is holding a king, and can I get a king to fold? Considering my image, considering how often I'm very bluff happy, I decide to just check this one back. Maybe there's a small chance I'm up against a better flush draw, or a pair of 7s can win. I just see what happens. I check back. She has king, queen of hearts, and nice hand. Losing another one, chipping down in this 2-5 game. All right, 0 for 2 to start the session in big pots, but let's win this one with pocket 10s. I'm under the gun and straddled to $10. Get the hijack player to open things up to 35. Action folds to me, and I have a pretty great hand. This is against the same player that I've played the first 2 hands. Let's try to get some more money back. I 3-bet to $150. She makes the call rather quickly, knowing that I am probably just easy money at this point. Well, we're off to a flop of ace, king, 5, 2 hearts. Ugh. This board really sucks for pocket 10s, but as the 3-better, I feel like I just have to bet my range here, so I go for a small bet and size to $100. If she makes the call, then I'm giving up, and of course, she makes the call. Giving up now unless we hit a 10 on the turn. Turn comes a deuce. Total brick city card. I check it over to her, giving up. She bets $350. I am snap mucking these cards here, and she shows ace queen for the vlog, so I'm just getting smoked right now. Nice hand to her, 0 for 3 to the same opponent to start the session. All right, it has been a bad start. Can we win a hand one time here, dealer? I pick up ace-5 of spades. We're on the gun straddle once again. There are 4 players who limp to me, and I'm happy to just check my options. So 5 ways to a flop. Flop comes ace, deuce, 7, 2 clubs and a spade. Top pair, looking good now. Finally, maybe I can get chips pushed my way this time. I decide to check. There's an early position player who bets $20. Action folds around to me, and with just top pair, happy to just make the call here with a weak kicker. The turn now comes the queen of spades. Now improved to the flush draw, which is pretty sick. I check it over to him and see what he wants to do, and he bets out 50. He's sizing up here, and I'm definitely happy to just make the call again. I don't think I can raise with this specific hand, although I do have a lot of equity. Top pair, weak kicker, and the spade draw. Let's see a river, which comes a 4. Total brick, and I check it for a third time. This player bets out $100, and as played, I'm making the call here all the time, never folding, and we see some bad news. This player has ace-4 of hearts. Just one of those sessions, isn't it? 0 for 4 now to start the session, and just hoping I win the next hand, I guess. All right, it's been 2.5 hours into the session. I haven't won a hand yet. I pick up ace-7 of spades in the cutoff. There's an gun straddle, and I raise it up to $40. We get the button and small blind to call, so 3 ways to a flop of king 8-6, 2 spades, and a heart. Small blind checks to me, and I have the nut flush draw. Sometimes I can check back, and this time, honestly, haven't won a hand so far. It's altering my decision making. I check, and the button checks. The turn now comes the king of hearts. King is now paired, and it doesn't seem like anyone has too strong of a holding, but here on this turn, action checks all the way through. The river comes in inconsequential brick, and once again, action checks through. I show and announce my ace high, and to our surprise, it's good. Nice. 2.5 hours into the session, I've won my very first pot of the day. Wow, nice to get chips pushed my way, and maybe we can start to turn this thing around, right? On to the next. Let's keep this momentum going. We want to keep winning pots. I pick up queen 9 of diamonds in the big blind. There's a straddle, of course, as everyone's straddling here on this table. The hijack opens to $30. Action folds to me. I'm out of position. Think it's a pretty good candidate to 3-bet, and certainly don't like calling. So I 3-bet to $125. This player makes the call with $1,000 in his stack, so we are off to a flop. Going to a flop of 9-7-3 rainbow. No diamond on board, and here with top pair, mediocre holding considering it's a 3-bet pot, I decide to bet small to $80. Now, though, we face some aggressive action, but it's interesting because he raises to $160, though. Just a min-click raise. Certainly can't fold given this price, but seems a little fishy. I'm unsure of what's going on here, but for $80 more and top pair, I make the call and see what develops. The turn now comes the king of diamonds. I check it over to him and see what happens, and he snap checks this one back. The river now comes a board pairing 7, so pretty much chopping with any 9 in the spot, unless he has ace-9, which would be unfortunate. Given that the turned king is a pretty good card for me as the 3-better, and he didn't like this king at all considering he snap checked it back, I think I'm able to bet my range and probably size up big time here. Thinking a big bet can fold out some chops against the worst 9s, also can put some worse hands into bad spots like worse pocket pairs. With all that said, and all the factors combined, I decided to go all in. It is $800 to $900 effective, and it's a 2x pot shove. Onto this player now, and thinks about it for a long time. Doesn't feel comfortable about the spot, so feel like my pair of 9s could actually be good here, surprisingly. He asks if pocket 8s is good before letting his cards go, but he did think about it for a long time. Almost got a call from pocket 8s, which would have been awesome, but at the end of the day, happy to just take down this pot. Kind of like how I played this hand, pretty unorthodox 2x pot shove on the river, but so what? If he called with pocket 8s, that would have been a dream situation, but anyways, once again, winning 2 hands in a row, things are changing. All right, I'm on a heater now, winning 2 hands in a row. I pick up ace queen of clubs in the small blind. There's a straddle, of course. There's a cutoff open to $30. Seems like someone who's playing 2-5 full time here. When it's on to me with a really good holding, I put in a 3-bet here to $125, amping up the aggression. This cutoff player makes the call with a little bit more than 1,000 behind, so let's see a flop of 10-4 deuce rainbow, no club, and sadly, we brick out on this flop. Completely whiffing this board, I decided to check, and this player bets out $85. Pretty small sizing. I have 2 overcards, I have a backdoor straight draw, and maybe ace queen high could sometimes be good here. I make the call as I can't fold. We're off to a turn which comes the 3 of hearts, so now I do have a gutter to a straight. I check it over to him, hoping to see a check, and he does oblige with one. He checks it back, and we're off to a river, which is the jack of clubs. Now thinking that this card could hit us a little bit more, but not sure if I can lead here. Maybe I could check raise as a bluff if he wants to bet out on this river. So I check it over to him, but action goes check, check. He shows pocket 9s and wins. So our heater comes to an end, winning 2 hands in a row, losing this one, and once again, chipping down. For the final hand of the session, unfortunately, I didn't do my job properly and somehow lost the footage, but this was a big one and we have to go over it. So I improvised, and welcome to my dining room table. All right, we're playing 4-handed, and I'm in the big blind here, and these are chips, and this is the board and whatever. We look down at what looks like king 4 of hearts. All right, you guys got that. This guy's the button. We're using a Boston billiard chip as the button player. He decides to put in a raise to $35. 1 card protector is $35. The small blind decides on a call, and with this hand, I make the call as well for 35 or 1 luck box chip. So we're going 3 ways to a flop of the ace of hearts, 8 of hearts, and the deuce of spades. That's correct. Why are all these cards shaped so weird and look like they were ripped by a toddler? Just don't ask any questions, all right? Anyways, this guy checks. I decide to check, and he wagers out $100. And you don't have to ask any more questions. Yes, these are the same unit size. This is $100. There's 100 in the middle, whatever. This guy decides to call 100, and it's a pretty big bet, so I decide to raise. I raised to $450, all of these lovely luck box card protectors here. And then this player who has like $800 in his stack decides to go all in. It's about $800. So a bunch of card protectors, and it's pretty pricey. This guy decides to release his cards and fold. That's why there are question marks there. And then, yeah, for like $800 more, I have let's just recheck, right? Yeah, we have the nut flush draw, 2 red cards out there. I make the call for all of the card protectors, and we're going all in to a run out with the nut flush draw. And it's like a $1,700 pot. The turn is a 4. All right, we have a pair. The river is a queen of clubs, so I'm sitting with just a pair of 4s, and we take a look at what this guy has. 6 deuce of hearts. I'm not making this up. I wish I had table footage. But a pair of deuces, and I tabled a pair of 4s, and just like that, all of these lovely card protectors get shipped my way. About $1,700, and how lovely is that? These are also for sale if you guys want them as well. And yeah, I went a big hand with a pair of 4s. I wish I caught it on camera, but this is the best I could do. You guys like the last napkin reenactment of a hand, so there it is. Win all the card protectors. Okay, wrapping up the session. This was swingy, and it had a lot of stuff that happened today. Overall, I think I'm pretty happy with how I played. I don't know, I'm actually pretty rusty. Haven't played too much live cash sessions recently. But yeah, the results are in for 4,000, out for 3,440. So I actually booked a little bit of an L even after those few big hands to end the session. I don't know, maybe if I played for a little bit longer, I could have crawled back, but still for a 2-5 game, played pretty big, played some really big pots, and things went my way, things didn't go my way, and ultimately it's a pretty small hit considering how bad it was to start. So there's that. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you made it this far at the very end. It's always much appreciated that you guys leave a like and also make it to the very end of these videos. And Florida videos coming up will be a lot of fun, so be on the lookout. I can't wait to share the experience and the journey along with you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.